This is not a get-rich scheme. Talking about going into real estate. What did it look like for me to get my real estate license? I've had it 4 times. I will tell you, this time was the hardest. The first time I got my license, I was a young man. It was in the 1980s. So for me, when I made the decision that I was going to get my New York State real estate license, again, I had some options. I could have gone into a school. Sometimes you can do it in 2 weeks if you're real aggressive. You can do it 3 weeks or 4 weeks. For me, I went through, I believe it was called Manfred Realty School, and there's a lot of different places out there to do it online. And the cool thing is if you didn't do well on that part of the exam, you were able to take it over. All they want to do is see that you're going to pass that final exam. Then I went to downtown Albany, and that's where I went, and it was a 3-hour course, and thank goodness I passed. Once you get your New York State license, you've got to have it for 2 years before you can open up your own brokerage. So while we're talking about this, let's go take a ride and look at one of the projects that I've got going on. All you have to do is have a P for the pass on the exam. For me, it was difficult. I took it 4 different times in 4 different parts of my life, in the 1980s, the 1990s, again, and for Texas when I was like in my 40s, and back to New York. So originally I had my license in New York, South Carolina, Texas, back here. Hopefully I never have to take the exam again, because when you do get older, it is harder. I even washed my car this morning, drove 30 miles. You can't tell, but that's upstate New York, and you gotta love it. So let's go take a look at one of the projects that I have going on. I'm very fortunate to have a mentor named Andy Persons. One thing he taught me is show me your 5 closest friends and I'll show you your future. And wow, has that resonated with me. Going right by here, I've got a nice little 0.61 acre lot in Middleburgh. It's on 177 Middlefort Road. But going back to surrounding yourself with good people, when I left corporate America, I knew that I wanted to go with a large company and I wanted to be on a team. I'm very fortunate to know somebody named Bonnie Sindel, and I was able to go on her team. She kept saying, hey, why don't you join the team? We're very successful. You'd be great. You'd be a good fit. But I was nervous. I was giving up the health insurance, the big salary, the steadiness. And I'm so glad that I did. I purposely went on a team where people were much more successful than I. People were busy. They were later in their careers. Those people want to take vacation, right? And what I wanted to make sure is that everybody at Coldwell Banker Prime Properties, when they went away, I wanted them to come to me for help. You got to remember, I come from, even though I'm from upstate New York, I spent most of my real estate career down in South Carolina. We did not have septic tanks because we were on an island. We did not have basements. We had air handlers for mechanical, for the air conditioning and heat. So we did not have boilers. So when I came up here, I had to learn a lot. And if I wanted to be a professional, I needed to learn everything. So I wanted to go to every inspection that I could for other team members. I made myself available so that I would go and see everything. If you're starting and you're new in this career, the reason for going with a team, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. When you're on a team, they can help support you, maybe give you leads, proof all of your contracts, make sure you're in compliance, because believe me, with MLS or the Board of Realtors, State of New York, you do not want to not be in compliance, because you will be fined. And by being with a big organization, somebody like Coldwell Banker Prime Properties, say I get a phone call to do a commercial property. Well, I have no experience in commercial property. I can tell the client I'm not familiar with that, but somebody in our office is, and maybe I get a piece of it by bringing that person and introducing and getting a referral. I've got people to lean to ask for advice. So you remember this Andy Persons guy I told you about before that taught me a few things? He also told me, don't chase your dreams, but chase the opportunities, and I want to show you why. I was very fortunate to have a door open for me in this development, the condos at Middleburgh Meadows, and these are 2 of our model homes right here, and they start out at $264,900. When I first came back to upstate New York, I knew the Lake George market, and that's where I was really pounding the pavement and hitting the doors, and the doors didn't open. What you want to be able to do is be able to pivot, and so when that door didn't open, another one did over in Middleburgh, and it ended up being with a huge developer. And now I've got 62 doors that I'm selling for him here in Middleburgh, New York. You don't want to jump over that dollar to get to a nickel. Always be open and flexible to what you're doing. And I want to show you the condos here at Middleburgh Meadows. We are in phase 2 right now, and we've got 4 units. So in this unit here, as I mentioned, I'm working with Patrick Mattia. Patrick had his own business in New York City working with very high-end houses, came up here and brought all those tradespeople up to here. Here we we are walking into a 2-car garage. These are 1,762 square feet. They all kind of look the same on the outside, and some people kind of question that, but the beautiful thing is you can customize them on the inside. We've got an open floor plan where we're gonna have a kitchen. We've got an island here. We're gonna have a living room. We have another entrance. Some of the units, we're gonna have a wall fireplace right over here, which is great. Sliding glass door going out. And here we've got Anthony, the electrician. Here we've got a half bath, which is great for people who are entertaining down here on the first floor. And let's come upstairs. Up here on this floor, we've got a beautiful flex room, which can be used for just about anything. We've got a sliding glass door here. And you'll notice from all of these windows, you've got a view somewhere of the mountains, which is just absolutely beautiful. We have a wonderful bathroom, which will be adjacent to the 2 bedrooms here, the second and the third bedroom. In these bedrooms, we're doing a lot of higher end trim going around the windows, recessed lighting. All the floor joists are much stronger than the previous ones that we had. So when you're starting your real estate career, what is important is you're going to be pivoting a lot, and you might have a vision of what you think your career is going to look like. And I promise you, you're going to have to pivot and listen to all of the opportunities that open. Listen to all those opportunities that are presented. So would you say these newer units are a little bit more bright?
A little more, yeah, a little more high-end.
Oh, good. No, it looks great. I love what you're doing. How do I want to be remembered? You know, I didn't want to be remembered as the wealthiest realtor, the one making the most money, the one selling the biggest houses. I wanted to be remembered by somebody who is a good steward. And with steward comes trust and integrity. For example, in my office, I didn't have a lot of money to do this office, and so a lot of furniture has been given to me. I've got one client, sadly, she has cancer, and they are moving south to North Carolina so that they can travel. She and her husband brought in a bunch of beautiful plants that she's been taking care of since 1990, and I don't take that lightly. As small and simple as that may sound, that they're plants, that may lead to somebody asking me to take care of their home, their farm, or being a steward of the whole entire community. And so what does this look like in your everyday life? You're in little Middleburgh, New York, you're in New York City, you're in Los Angeles. No matter where you are, you want to walk down the street and you want to be neighborly. You want to be friendly. You want to wave to that person. If you're hungry, instead of going to a big chain, here we have Miss K's. We have Middleburgh Coffee Company. Not knocking a Starbucks or a Dunkin' Donuts, but how many times do you go to a Starbucks or a Dunkin' Donuts and you really get to know the neighbors? We get to show everybody and share this beautiful place that we call home. And for some of us, it's where we live, some of it's where we work, and some of it's where we play. And for others, it's where we do all of that. Again, I want to thank you so much for watching. You know what I'm going to ask for. Would you please like, subscribe, and hit the notification so that you'll be known when it comes out. This does come out Sunday at 8 o'clock, so I look forward to seeing you.